Cloud services saw a major acceleration in adoption, with double digit growth reported by all the major hyperscalers. I'm joined here today with Jim Quiggle, Field CTO for Presidio and former technology strategist for Dell Technologies, ready to discuss the major themes in cloud services that took place in 2023. Jim, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Rob. Happy to join you.
Now, this first theme we'll call buyer's remorse. In 2023, we heard a lot about cloud repatriation and organizations moving workloads from cloud back on prem. We've discussed this before as history just repeating itself. I remember when virtualization was rapidly being adopted and the term VM sprawl came into existence. We certainly didn't go back to bare metal. Optimizing costs and providing better governance, yes, 100%. So, Jim, what are your observations on cloud repatriation? Is it a real phenomenon or myth?
Yeah, what we saw in 2023 was that cloud is still very real, and you're right. Early in the year, there was a cloud repatriation buzz. IDC was reporting that 80% of folks were planning repatriation activities. The theme was that public cloud was too costly, and private cloud now came in two racks of hardware. Then we were all reminded that hyperscalers will never lose on cost. They will do what it takes to keep the business and will even renegotiate contracts when necessary. We saw this with Snowflake reporting that they had amended one of their third party cloud infrastructure agreements. The amendment deal was $2.5 billion commit through 2028 that also included retirement of $752 million of unfulfilled commitment. Think about that for a moment. They got the volume discounting, they didn't fulfill their commitment on the volume discount, and then they were able to negotiate a new deal that retired the commitment while reducing their future spend. Few expected that kind of flexibility from the hyperscalers. The other repatriation killer that was many people still don't understand is that data, application, and workload migrations are organizationally hard, risky, and always have an associated cost of change. If we apply these considerations to moving from cloud to on premises, it was a non starter for any business. So repatriation wasn't really a thing, but we also heard that cloud growth is slowing. There were some downward trending, but in a few sectors. But overall, combined IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS growth rates were the same old 19% that they've been for a long time, and they'll be 19 to 20% for the next few years. IDC forecasts worldwide public services revenue reached 663 billion in 2023 and will be 1.3 trillion in 2027. Those are some big numbers. 20% year after year after year seems like solid growth to me. So the answer is repatriation and the slowing of cloud growth, both myths. But 80% of people considering repatriation activities did drive interesting discussions and some outcomes around on premises cloud solutions like VMC on AWS, AVS, Azure, even OCI are all bridging those gaps.
The second theme we'll call this or that. We're seeing an increased distribution of data and application services across now multiple cloud providers. And while native cloud services are amazingly accessible, potential provider lock concerns, administering and in provisioning multiple methods, all are forcing clients to look at platform alternatives to native. Can you provide your thoughts on this?
Yeah, some folks wanted to make it about this or that, but what we experienced was a blurring of cloud and on premises mindsets and solutions that now require platforms to operate efficiently. Platforms, where a common set of services can be operated and consumed, became the standard in 2023. Multiple product solution vendors are racing to the platform approach. Aruba, Netscope, Nutanix, Cisco, VMware, Broadcom, all examples of solutions living within the multi cloud management control plane or platform. Interestingly, VMware had been viewed as a leader in this space, but in 2023, things changed for them. I'm reminded of something called the topple rate. It's the rate that industry leaders change, and VMware or Broadcom is going through that change now, defining what they'll sell and support and what they won't into the future. It won't be the grand vision of years past. It won't be the full stack from compute and storage to EUC. Doesn't seem to be today's vision. It'll be a smaller, more focused set of products that will align with Broadcom's vision and maybe more importantly, a new pricing model. Perpetual enterprise will soon be terms from a bygone era. Subscription and maybe even a la carte consumption is likely the future. All good news from an industry standpoint. The decoupling of product solution sets and a move from best of breed to just good enough, a business focused mindset, will rule the day and leave space for other solution providers to thrive and interoperate, like Red Hat, for example. Now supporting 96% of businesses that use Kubernetes with 48% of the market share. That share and the innovation that goes with it could soon be on the rise as the leaders are shuffled and the cloud providers reinforce their business models. AWS, for example, has said out loud that they are an IaaS and will support the developer community in terms of infrastructure and services, but are not a PaaS provider and don't plan on being one into the future. We also saw this trend with Cisco's de-investment of hyperconverged infrastructure and their shift to a Nutanix partnership. An industry settling, with new focus seems to be occurring in coordination with optimization trends. We saw all of this in 2023. Multi-cloud management control planes, cloud-adjacent architectures and data platforms, all colliding for the creation of a new ecosystem where on-premises and cloud are blurred, but the platform is clearly defined.
The final theme we'll call click and subscribe. As we discussed in the repatriation theme, cost is king, and this industry shift to consumption models is forcing a greater look at cost visualization and optimization, especially for cloud providers, but also traditional technology manufacturers. What are your observations?
My observation was that optimization was heard in every single conversation in 2023. It was the year of, okay, let me catch my breath. What a mess. Let's clean this up. Transformation became optimization. Application rationalization was out, and cloud capability rationalization with fiscal programs was in. FinOps was no longer just a fiscal responsibility, it was a requirement and a tool set that supported much broader business goals and objectives. FinOps is working so well that it's expected to be operating on premises within the next couple of years, and that goes to that convergence we're seeing with platforms. Lean management and lifecycle shifting, sometimes in alignment with M&A opportunities, seem to be the theme in 2023, and consumption models are what made these conversations happen. Often working with our clients' new fiscal management consultants, we're seeing consumption model thinking in both our clients' mindsets and their actions, but also in new product and solution releases like Peer as a Service, Cisco Plus, Dell Apex, and HPE GreenLake, just to name a few. In the field, it's simple. What clients are asking for and demanding in 2023 was, can I consume it wherever it's at for immediate business value until I'm done?
Jim, thanks again for joining me and providing your insights on the major themes during 2023 in the world of cloud. Looking forward to hearing from you on your 2024 cloud predictions. Stay tuned.